But as we talk about that and start from episode 3, that comes with bad news. Like, due to Shimomura-san's, I, I don't know if I actually say it properly, I will say slowly, Shimomura-san's work schedule is very busy, and then she couldn't join the call. So then Okamoto-san was asking that how busy she is. And then she was just like, maybe this whole year is going to be busy. But if Okamoto-san was saying it's going to like send her a gift, which is a Hermes handbag, and then she will try to make time out of it. So, although Okamoto-san was thinking that she must be joking, but he will send it anyway. And once the gift arrived to her hand, then you know. So after that, and then as you can see, these 4 members here. So Okamoto-san, Nishitani-san, Funamitsu-san, and Kasama-san. And then they were all talking about, because due to Shimomura-san's schedule, and then that to make her work a bit easier, so they should like at least come up with some ideas to help her to compose the film for the character. Even though if it's a rough idea, that should still give her something to work with. And also like in terms of the numbers of tracks and also the length of the film are going to be based on SF2 as well. That's what Okamoto-san requests. Because I know you are watching this episode all in once, but like in between the episode, there was actually at least 2 to 3 weeks gaps. And then so they go back to the character design and see what's the progress. So Funamitsu-san is already kind of think that between Ryu and Ken archetype, not Ryu and Ken. Like, so Ken is gonna be female, and then Chun-Li's still gonna be female. The Beastman, Jujin. So SF2 gonna be Blanca, and actually it's gonna be female. And everyone actually agrees that like a Beast girl, that is a bit more easier to picture. Which, to be honest, I would definitely more prefer that than the usual Blanca, which is though the order is a bit different, but at the end of the video, Funamitsu-san actually mentioned that they're already coming up with like concept for Dalsim archetype character. Like by maybe instead of like being stretchy arms and legs, then they will be instead of that they will use a scarf or bandage. And as for the Beast girl, it's going to be while she's wild, but she's still quite cute, like kawaii. And as for the boss, one of them is going to be boxer, and one of them is going to have only one eye, or eye patch, or eye paiki as I would say. Then the remaining position for a female boss, it becomes the ninja. That's what Funamitsu-san was saying. And then though after Funamitsu-san, as I mentioned that, and Okamoto-san just chips in and say that actually he was thinking of like the final boss could be a female type, could be a female, but kind of like a bit more like gorilla. So I guess a henchwoman. I mean, that would be fun. And after that as well, Nishitani-san was actually saying that like actually there is a lot of female ninja in fighting games nowadays. So someone might be not too happy about the idea or even get angry at it as well. So if they're gonna use the ninja character to become the female to become a female character, they're gonna try to make it very unisex, very pretty. And so on the officially they're gonna like not even gonna mention that if it's a what gender, so people can take it their way, which I think that's very good idea as well. Then the next bit they're gonna like they were talking about the net code again, which is an update. And then Nishitani-san was mentioning that actually 70 to 80% of the fighting game players actually live in NA now. And as for NA player, if there is no rollback netcode, basically they can't play online. And the famous rollback netcode is actually GGPO. So Nishitani was thinking of building the game from scratch with GGPO in mind as well. And also that like just like fighting EX layer, and then there will be 2-frame allowance inside the game to decide that if the hit is actually hit or blocked. So within that 2-frame time is like if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, then it is blocked or miss or something like that. Although like Nishitani-san wasn't really, and Okamoto-san, they were not really sure that if it is free to actually use GGPO or do they need to pay a fee. And I kind of have a quick check as well. Like GGPO is free on MIT license, which like it's like, what about MIT license? Do you need to pay to get that as well? I have no idea. But they did say that they're going to do some research on that. So I guess we're going to get some update next time, which if they are actually just free to use, which will be really good. And hopefully, even though if that's going to cost some money, it's like not going to be too much. So I'll move on to the next topic. It's single player content. So Nishitani-san was saying that like from the stuff that he looked at, and then actually there is about half of the player that who purchased the game will actually play against actual player. So there is a lot of people who bought fighting game doesn't play against any people. They just play by themselves. So therefore single player content is a must. Even though he thinks story mode is a very good idea, but story mode does how should I say it, require a lot of work, like a huge amount of work. So he personally actually doesn't want to do story mode, even though he knows it's a good idea. Just that for the cost performance, it's just not a great thing. So he knows it's good. So he thinks it's still important to have single player content. Thankfully, Munamizu-san is very excited to work on that, and he already actually come up with some proposal and show it to Bon-chan. So cause of that, I guess we can look forward and see that what is that single player content is going to be. And the next topic is actually about esports, but Nishitani-san was saying that like while they can't ignore esports, but at the same time they don't have to actually concern it too much. It's because at first they need to get enough like popularity inside the community first, and unless there is a lot of players are playing it, I guess you know what I was going to say, right? And then also that second thing is like if the audience doesn't play fighting game, and when they are watching the matches and don't know what's going on, like who wins, who lost, or maybe if the game doesn't look interesting, doesn't look cool, it's not going to work anyway. So I guess that more priority is thinking of like actually need to make it fun, need to make it good to watch, then they can do something about it. Then they can concern esports after that. So to get like more people to talk about the game, Nishitani-san was saying that like they need to put a spectator mode for the online versus at least. Yeah. He didn't actually mention just online or spectator or anything, but like I would assume that is a spectator mode on online lobby. And then he was talking about like if without spectator mode, then the third party wouldn't able to watch the matches or even stream the matches, especially it comes to like online tournament as well. Without spectator mode, they can't even run it in the first place. So they need to make sure that there's spectator mode in order to able to like for people to run the online tournament, so that there's more people to talk about it. And also that Nishitani-san was saying that if it is a private server, they were able to do like apply cross-platform versus in the future. God, I can't say that word that easily. And then with a private server, they're just gonna make the work a lot easier in the future. And then Nishitani-san quickly go back to the previous topic. So unless the game looks cool and exciting to watch, like there won't be enough exposure. So his example was saying that like people wouldn't able to just look at the game quickly. It's like, wow, that comeback. I guess he's implying the famous evil moment number 37, which that comes up in my mind. So that's all the major topic that they've been talking about. Then the kind of like minor issue is about like publishing the game, and then and the rating of the game as well. And then they talk about Nishitani-san was basically saying that like if it is just for digital copy, there wouldn't be too much trouble, because there is a worldwide rating system just for online digital games, digital copies. And then and as for the publisher, they can leave it to people that who don't involve with the developments. That might make their work a bit easier. But if they want to make a physical copy, they need to work a lot harder. And then which Okamoto-san wants to have a small amount of physical copy, like a collector edition or limited edition, whatever way you want to call it. And he was joking with a big smile, like 1 million yen. That's bucks. But it's a joke. But then even as a joke aside, he still think that he will wants to like set the physical copy as 100k yen as the minimum price. So which is about $1,000 I think. Just below that. And then although he actually wants to sell it for like 200k yen or to 500k yen as well, so which will become like $2,000 to $5,000. Even though it comes with like a lot of stuff, but he will limit it to maybe like 100 to 1,000 copies. And Nishitani-san was saying that like if it's just in Japan, it's easy enough to publish like physical copy, so they might just release the physical copy in Japan. And some other minor issues that Nishitani-san was mentioning is about usernames. Like I didn't notice. Oh, sorry about it, Mike. Sorry. So Nishitani-san was saying that apparently in Europe, there's players that they actually dislike to showing their account name as a player name. I didn't ever have, I never have that feeling, but maybe some people do in here. I'm not sure. That like So he was thinking that maybe like at the beginning, before people join the online, and then they will ask them if the player wants to show their account name on the leaderboard or not. Not that he thinks that like the players is gonna be mad at him or something like that, mad at the game or something like that. But he just wanted to do it just in case. Caring, right? Not a bad thing. And the last thing that they're going to talk about is they use the word monetizing, which from the context, I think they're mentioning about the pay content. So Okamoto-san actually mentioned that like a while back then in China and Korea, the PC game are usually free to play. But even though it's free to play, when you start the game or when you play the game, you're just gonna have a white pants. And then unless you do in-app purchase or pay money, depends on games. And then no one's gonna take you seriously with just white pants. So I guess in a way, it's just like if you pay, it kind of shows that you're a serious player. Otherwise, it's like if you just have nothing, you don't spend any money, no one's gonna take you seriously. I think that's the idea. So Okamoto-san was saying that going to keep the price like very cheap, like 100 yen, under 200 yen. So he was actually like listed the number on the screen as well, which I'm gonna try to show. So 100 to 198 yen. And then which Funamizu-san was saying that it's like he's actually got for that he actually got ideas to try to make people spend money on the single player contents. But yeah, the idea is try to make it as cheap as possible, which he used the word like called parody, like parody 2, which they're trying to plan it to make it called like Street Fight 2 to become the most download fighting game. And that's a wrap so far. So I just find that it's just like since no one was talking about it in the West, I actually haven't seen anyone talk about it. To me, I think this is very exciting news. You got the people that who used to work on Street Fighter 2 and gathering together to make a new game. I'm surprised none of them heard about it. Or people who heard about it in the West didn't make a big deal out of it. It's been a few weeks, months. I'm so shocked. So since it's been a few weeks, therefore I actually just go to the comment section as Okamoto-san was just like, can I actually do something about this? And thankfully he agrees, give me the permission to do something about this. And here you go. Just try to like spread the news to the West, and I just try to like make this out as quick as possible, quickly write a script, and then without doing a lot of editing, so that I can push out as quick as possible. So there you go. Well, I think that's something that we can look forward to. You got Shimomura-san is working on the music, so we all know that like good tunes is gonna come. And then you got Nishitani-san and other good developers is like developing gameplay as well. And as for people that who might be rollback here, then you got the rollbacks coming as well. So for the people that who are on NA is gonna able to get GGs. I think we all can looking forward to this. So if I'm allowed, and then even Okamoto-san was saying that they are planning to translate all the stuff that they say in English eventually. But until then, I guess if I'm still have the permission, then I will try to update the news as the new episode goes on. And hopefully we'll get some other fighting games to be excited about, and also that we all can play as well due to the netcode as well. So until then, until new updates, see you again.